is just fantastic. Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be having a little look at updates concerning Lily con artist Tino, because they're now discovering consequence. But it seems only right to update on a couple bits first. The first thing is the change.org petition, where profile picture of the thumbnail, whatever you want to call it, is changed, and it has now over 500,000 verified signatures. Underneath, when it comes to people writing like comments, some of them are quite, calling Lily out for misusing their platform to take advantage of what they consider a right as an identified female, which in turn has led to consequence. And I should point out that Lily hasn't really let up when it comes to their perspective on their TikTok, because they have been mocking anyone who have threatened to, or in fact are suing them for including them in bathroom selfies. Those bathroom selfies are really starting to bite con artist Tino in the backside, which I'm sure is a kink they would love anyway, but in the context of a lawsuit, in America especially, I don't recommend laughing too hard at it. You're in Florida. You're intentionally baiting out for the inevitable freebies you think you're entitled to. You give millennials like myself quite the bad name. If I knew I could get free food by simply complaining, I'd still never do it. Yeah, I'm that one, okay? I don't care. I'm going to play a video that's been tweeted out of Lily mocking a mother and daughter who are suing Lily for taking photos of them in the women's bathroom at Disney World.
I am suing Lily Tino for emotional distress.
Emotional damage!
To be honest, there is a point to being sued for emotional distress when you include children in your videos that didn't ask to be there or want to be there. Consent is vitally important. We do live in a society where you should ask for consent, regardless of your intent of raising awareness and talking about your fit or how welcoming and accepting a rest stop is. Many of us who don't particularly care about which bathroom you use have this teeny tiny caveat where it's okay for you to use the bathroom, but not to use it to make what you consider a wider point, or take advantage of the facilities to drive home that wider point. No, go in there, do your business, and get the f*** out. Wash your hands as well, you stank.
Last week I was in Disney World in the women's bathroom with my child. And when I walked into the bathroom, there was Lily Tino taking pictures in the bathroom mirror. And she turned to me and said, "Hey, let me get your face in this picture." And I said, "No thank you."
Has anyone worked out the reductio ad absurdum that Lily is trying to front up as verifiable fact and news source information, total legitness and all that? It's the idea that Lily totally asked. Yes, Lily presents this big brave character, but as you all know, Lily is a bit of a pussy. Yeah, and I mean pusillanimous, not pussy as in a cat. No, because they're braver.
But then she took the picture anyway of me and my kid, and I felt this really weird feeling. And I looked down at my kid, and my kid got turned into a corn dog. Lily Tino turned my kid into a corn dog.
For those who haven't worked it out, Lily put an emoji over the child's face. I'll be honest, I'll stand firm with what I've said in the previous videos on you. You shouldn't be taking photos in any bathroom. If you want to talk about your experiences in them, go nuts. But I don't believe anyone, regardless of who you are, should be taking bathroom selfies in public restrooms. You tried to argue when we last discussed this, but these famous people, apparently, do it as well. I don't care. You're the subject matter, and I'll hold firm with my belief they shouldn't do it anyway. The one big thing that separates you from them is you're trying to promote what you consider inclusivity. Really, what you're trying to do is bait people out for responses. You know damn well this is a grift, one hell of a grift. You've committed to the bit, your one-dimensional play as a TikToker, and that's what you're going to work with. People on TikTok, a lot of them that make it known, as it were, successful, they have one trick. Whether it be somebody that swallows drinks really fast, does music, simply has a shocked expression on their face because people are following them. Oh my god, I'm going to play a game but it's on the screen. I'm not going to do it now because I'm surprised. Or someone that sells crap. Yeah, there are many of them. Yours is to basically steal and then guilt people into submission, which isn't going to work in Florida. You're in the wrong state for this.
And then she looked at me and said, "Oh, that'll be great for a video. Can I use your corn dog kid to explain bottom surgery?" And I was about to say no, but then J.K. Rowling walks in and says, "I'm here to defend real women." But of course, Lily Tino pulls out her wand and starts using transgender magic. But J.K. Rowling was ready and pulled out her wand, and they did the thing where the spells go like...
Is it me, or does this style of sarcasm actually work for Lily? It's still a load of bollocks, quite frankly, but this level of sarcasm shows that you might have some wit. It's a shame you apply it to this thought process and argumentation when you could employ it into something a bit more creative, less self-destructive. Again, the hill you're choosing to fight on will be the hill you choose to die on. It's not one you're going to win. But it's interesting what you think about those parents who've come out and said they're going to sue you because you've put them and their child in a picture they did not consent to be in. Oh, but public restroom. No, it's not. It's a restroom on privately owned property. So your public restroom argument doesn't work, and it also doesn't work because Florida has some strict rules on this, especially if they're public. We'll get to that consequence in a minute, guys, don't you worry.
But J.K. Rowling was really smart and used a misgendering spell on Lily, and Lily got banished to the Shadow Realm. Then J.K. Rowling turned to me and said, "Don't worry, if you get banished from the Shadow Realm, you are also banned from Disney. So you don't have to worry about Lily Tino anymore. But you should probably still sue her for emotional distress."
Emotional damage!
And then she turned my kid from a corn dog back into a kid, and we high-fived and took a bathroom selfie to celebrate.
Yeah, so that was Lily's response to being sued. Now, they did also, before this video came out, they had put out a 3-minute video addressing the allegations. And I did go and quickly check to see whether or not I'd featured it before. I had not. The last video we did on Lily last week was using Lily's mother to deflect from the hate, which made Lily's mother look like an enabler and special. And I don't mean special unique, I mean the kind of special where you put your tongue between your bottom teeth and your lip, and then say special. That one. So let's go through Lily addressing the allegations quickly before we go to a consequence.
Do not have a child, nor have I ever been married. I am not stalking my imaginary ex-wife or anyone. There is a fake report that presumably came from some AI. The viral screenshot includes a citation of some California law. But fun fact, I didn't live in California in 2016. The first time I ever stepped foot in California was in 2018, and I didn't move here till 2020. I will also add that I have been stalked. It was very weird and gross, but I have never stalked anyone.
So there are a few issues with this. It is widely believed and accepted that you were in fact fired from a job for stalking and harassing a woman who didn't want you before you transition. Although many say cosplay because I want to steal on YouTube. I can't say that as a fact. Please stop telling me in the comments. It will only get me into trouble. But thank you for that. You claim much of it is fake generated information, but because the well has been poisoned by yourself and others, it's hard to verify the information now. And it is equally possible you did get into trouble for stalking and harassment, but nothing came of it with the police because they didn't have to deal with it if you were already fired from your job. When you muddy the waters for everyone, including yourself, only you pay the price. The internet is a weapon, and they will not believe your side of things unless you have something to verify it with, beyond anecdotal evidence, and trust me, guys.
There's also talk of me getting sued for my bathroom pictures at Disney. As far as I know, I am not getting sued, and I don't expect to because I didn't do anything wrong.
I can guarantee if the mother set up a GoFundMe to sue you, it would do better than Casey Tron, Denim's and Frogan's attempts to set up a victory fund for Ethan Klein. Massively. Because everyone that knows or has heard of you will promote it to drive up those donations. 100%. We'll get to a legal consequence soon though, don't you guys worry, because Lily is a bit full of themselves here. It's like foreshadowing, isn't it?
Then there's the petition. Yes, 500,000 people or whatever number it is now have signed a petition to get me off of TikTok. But that doesn't mean it's going to do anything. If word of this petition ends up on someone at TikTok's desk, what they'll do is say, did Lily violate our terms of service? The answer is no, so they will not ban me.
Are we sure about that? Because I'm almost certain you violated the community principles on fostering civility and what was the other one about? Respecting local context. Yes, there's that. You also have sensitive and mature themes, community violations as well, because you have explored discussing sexuality and transition surgeries in great details using food, no doubt you got for free, to drive home your point. But also the respecting local context would apply to using restrooms. Yeah, so the answer would be yes, if they bother to look. Now we get on to the juiciest of juicy parts with this whole story. Courtesy of The Benny Show, the Florida Attorney General is now investigating Lily Tino for filming in a women's bathroom. Consequences of which, under Criminal Code, that logo 810.145, up to 5 years in prison and a $5,000 fine. So let's hear what they have to say on the matter.
Okay, so really quickly, we have a friend, lives with TikTok, and she wanted us to ask a question about something that was going on that's very strange here in the state of Florida. Now, I know that DeSantis versus Disney is one of the hotter topics of the last couple of years. You ended up winning that brawl straight away.
The case they're referring to is one that DeSantis claims victory of. Disney got everything they wanted out of, so legal experts say that actually Disney won. It's quite a complicated issue, to be honest. If you hear pitter-patter, my sister's French bulldog wants you to know he's here. See? It's not an overly complicated case. But what? But because it divided so many people, we're going to refrain from talking about it too much. I might save that for a video elsewhere.
And I don't think Disney's functioned ever better, actually, quite frankly. A lot of things are changing in that area and region, and it's for the better, right? Sure. Universal just opened this massive new park. I haven't been there, but a lot of cool stuff going on there. A lot of big dynamic energy in Orlando. Tying through to what you just announced this morning about child trafficking, tying through to predation, right, of vulnerable peoples here in the state of Florida.
If Lily doesn't directly respond to the Benny Show, I'd be very surprised. That alone, that statement even, would be enough for Lily to say, well, that surely counts as defamation, which means we would, because American, get a defecation lol suit, which are my favorite kind.
There was a TikTok influencer named Lily Tino who is who's taking videos and photos inside of the women's bathroom in Disney. And I'm thinking, well, wait a second. There's no way that this can be legal in the state of Florida, right? This is a transgender influencer. This seems to be first off, you shouldn't be allowed to film inside of bathrooms. It seems really creepy. But then here in Disney, it's extra layers of creepy and wrong. Is there anything happening from a state level on this topic?
For the sake of it, before the Attorney General speaks, I fully agree that it is creepy and wrong in a public restroom of any kind, even on private property, to even consider doing this. Taking photos or videos in a bathroom. They serve as a function, not so you can take what you dub a cute selfie. If you're the type to think that's cute, do try and bear in mind here, the majority of us, we know you've been in there to drop a massive deuce. Okay, we know that's what you've been doing. There is nothing cute about that.
Yeah, we're investigating this. We do not tolerate men or boys in women's and girls' restrooms, gyms, private spaces, no tolerance. We're investigating this one. We've already cracked down on some gyms in South Florida. They were allowing people that identify as women to go into women's locker rooms. We put them on notice that legal action was coming. Thankfully, they changed their ways. Alachua County, a public school system, they had a camp, Camp Crystal Lake, where they were allowing 5th grade elementary age boys to identify as girls and stay in the girls' bunks.
If the state is willing to pull the trigger on gyms, on camps, don't be surprised if the state pulls the trigger on Lily as well. Even if Lily decided to go all the way back to California, where they live in a paltry 625 square foot apartment. Yes, that's tiny, by the way, guys. Yeah, you would still get into trouble. And I can see people doing it. There are many people on Twitter who are wishing that they do and that you suffer for it. I'll take one creator who has garnered a lot of attention recently, Tectone. This dude is a creep. Stay away from the kids, stay out of the women's restrooms, stop going after people's jobs because they've misgendered you. Weaponized sensitivity, pathetic. And one last tweet from Declan's mummy, that's a good name. Yo Disney, Walt Disney World, Disney Parks, Disney Cruise, Disney Store. Are you going to actually do something about this person? making inappropriate videos and taking pictures in women's restrooms with not only people, yes, in the photos, but minors. Yes. If Disney do, I'd be surprised, considering they're still trying to champion this inclusive thing, right? They're still trying it, and it doesn't resonate. It really doesn't. But they're still trying. Credit to you? No credit at all. As far as I'm concerned, I'm enjoying this. This is way too much fun for me. I may not sound it, I know, but joy is somewhere. Yeah. With everything we discuss on this channel, I'd love to know what you all think. Please do let me know in the comments down below. If you did enjoy the video, don't forget to smash the like. Yes. If I don't see you on Twitch later for some Euro Truck Simulator 2-ish, I hope you all have a marvellous day, and thank you all very much for listening.
Emotional damage!